right, everybody, welcome back to Stinker, Drinker, Thinker. Podcast with three guys. We pour some pours, we make some cocktails, and we rank them in a world-renowned Guinness Book of World Record recognized, internationally, globally televised. If you walk down Times Square, there's a picture of us. It's a ranking system we've developed known as Stinker, Drinker, Thinker. It's a non-numerical based system. We just tell you if whiskey drinks and stinks, or if it makes you think a little bit. It's just the God's honest truth. My name is Anthony Longano. I am your host. Numero uno host. And I am joined by the lovely, pre-advanced master sommelier who's also world-renowned for getting drunk at his master sommelier final, Troy the Body of Aglotti. Troy. Fuck. Troy, say hello. Troy, say it. Hello, Troy. Say hello.
Hello, Troy.
Good to meet you, Troy. And then there's Matt McKibble.
Hi, everyone. I'm just happy to be invited to this show. I heard you guys are really good. Hey, hey, hi, Anthony. You're my favorite host of all time.
Oh, thank you. Your mom says the same thing.
Why is she your Airbnb host?
Yeah. Oh.
Because you stay at her place. Wait a second.
Oh, man. We're going to have some fun on this one. Little disclaimer. We speak in absolutes 100% of the time. 80% of the time we're wrong. We're a few collectors and someone who knows something, and that is Troy, about spirits. And we've tasted a bunch at this point to know a thing or two, but we're not 100% right about this stuff. But we're going to pretend we are because confidence is key. Right, guys?
I'm confident about all the bottles we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, confidence is key. We just spent 15 minutes sitting here while Matt looked up all the bottles we're going to do.
I am confident in all the information I'm about to tell all of you.
Yes. This is installment 3 of what I like to call the Mattisodes. Matt's running the show tonight.
That's where I bullshit and try to get away with it.
Yes, these are 3 bottles Matt chose. Off the cuff, not stuff you would go hunting for, not stuff you would necessarily...
ever heard of, probably.
Probably ever heard of, but generally, every time we do this, Matt brings some good stuff, so we're excited for that. Last week I did my blind pours. Coming up, we have episode 50 of the podcast, which we're super excited about, which means that we have spent over 50 hours with each other drinking. Think about that.
That's kind of insane to think about.
Yeah. And that's not even the time we actually drink.
I told Troy today, I was like, Troy, I feel like I've seen so much of you this week. And he's like, this is the first time I've seen you this week. I'm like, oh, right. I've just been staring at your face editing for the last for 4 days.
Is that why you haven't talked to me anymore?
I think I see you guys all. I dream about you guys because I stay up late editing all night. And I'm just I think we have I'm sure in my mind we have this really great relationship and I see you guys all the time. But actually it's only a couple times a week, one time a week sometimes. You know?
Yeah, maybe we'll actually hang out on the weekends.
We should. I feel like I see you. I feel like you're my best friend. I see you all the time. But in reality, we need to hang out more. There you go. This is my pitch to you.
Well, let's hang out more, man.
Let's do it.
Troy? Thank you for your efforts, though.
Oh, it's not. I don't do it for the gratitude. I do it for the platitude.
I've invited you to the last 2 things that I've included people at, Matt.
Yeah, I love you so much.
Matt hasn't invited me to a single thing.
I don't invite anyone to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Except for Troy. Troy, you're having a birthday party. All right, anyway. I love you so much. Will you be my someone?
You're someone?
Will you be my baby? All right, let's drink some whiskey. All right, enough pandering. All right.
With episode 50, we're giving away a bottle of Eagle Rare. Follow us on social media for that. More details to come.
That's true.
How rare?
It's so fucking rare that an eagle picked it up at the Buffalo Trace facility with its claws and flew it all the way to Matt's house.
It was the only ever eagle pick. An eagle picked this bottle. Most people do store picks. Fuck that. I'm going eagle picks. Next level.
Oh, shit.
Alrighty.
All right.
Matt, what do we got?
So, as Anthony kind of alluded to, these are probably bottles you may have never, ever seen before or heard of. And I'm kind of curious if I heard about them because I guess, do I consider myself a whiskey nerd yet? I'm not sure, but I definitely am a collector. And these are bottles that people talk about highly for one reason or another. And I said, you know what? Let's take a stab at it. Let's see if they're any good. So I bought them, and we are here to tell you if they are worth looking at or not. Let's give it a try.
Cool. What do you want to start with?
Let's start with, for no reason at all, actually. Actually, let's check proofs. I'm assuming this is the one we should start with. 52.5. Okay. So this is Lost Lantern. They are an independent bottler, an American independent bottler. And they started, if I recall, during the pandemic. And they literally just took an 8-month road trip to all their favorite distilleries or distilleries that they could find.
During coronavirus?
Yeah.
What a good time to take a road trip.
Am I right or am I right? I'm assuming this is I'm assuming they probably put, I don't know. It's probably a little bit pre-pandemic.
We know who they voted for, I guess.
Well, don't say that. And so anyway, so they visited all their favorite distilleries, met with the head distillers, got kind of the more intimate tour of, how the actual process to a little bit more of a degree than you can normally go to a standard distillery and get a standard tour. And they essentially went through and picked their favorite barrels or their favorite distillers and kind of just started doing collaborations with all of them. And releasing single barrels from those places. And they're all the Lost Lantern series, or the distillery is what they're called, or independent bottler. But this one is their first blend they did. So they took a bunch of those barrels they sometimes released, or usually released the single barrels. They took a bunch of those and they blended them all together. So this is a 12-barrel blend of all single malt from 6 distilleries.
Oh, I've heard of this.
So this is Balcones,
Yeah.
Copperworks, Santa Fe Spirits, 888, Westward, and Virginia Distilling Company, all blend together into one bottle.
That's some good stuff, man.
There's 3,000 bottles in existence. The average age, or the lowest age, I guess they're saying, is 2 years. But for
That's
as we know, for
yeah.
Balcones and stuff, that's fine.
Normal, and it tastes better than 10-year stuff.
But yeah, they call it their American Vatted Malt Edition number 1.
How much is the bottle?
This bottle, if I recall, is about $100.
And where did you find it? You bought it online?
Through their website. They can ship directly to you. It's $120, sorry. Yeah, they can ship directly to you. So they either ship through a distributor, or depending on what state you're in, you can ship directly to you.
Is this the stuff that you were contemplating buying when you were with me somewhere?
So what I was contemplating buying you from when I was with you is they released a 2022 collection. So they have a bunch of different single barrels, and they'll have like a Starlight barrel, and they'll have a St. George barrel, and they'll put it together as a collection. They'll have like 6 bottles you can buy for a discounted rate.
They'll have a barrel that they'll buy from St. George or Starlight.
Yeah, and then they'll bottle
empty
independently.
Barrel, or so it's a barrel pick essentially.
Essentially, but but they're essentially an independent bottler, so they buy the barrel and they release it under their label rather than doing a pick of their own stuff.
Okay.
Some of them are like,
I wonder what the point of that is.
To build their brand. I'm assuming
Sure.
they can charge more, charge $120. I actually don't know. I'm sure there's a whole reason to doing it, but it's a pretty big thing in Scotland is doing independent bottling.
Interesting.
So you'll see if you go to like a liquor store, you'll see. And that's really confusing for me for Scotch. Is independent bottles where they have like the name. They all look the same. They have like a big white label, but they're listed as the distillery, but it's under a different like an independent bottler's name. It's really confusing how they do that. I'm sure there's a whole plethora of things to know about it. But yeah, essentially it's essentially like a sourcing to a different degree essentially.
Do we know where the name Lost Lantern came from?
I do not know. I'm assuming. I thought at first it was like.
Well, while Troy's pouring it, maybe you can look it up.
Yeah, at first I thought it was like they're looking for lost barrels kind of thing, kind of like orphan barrel stuff. But I don't think that's quite it. But I can look it up. But anyway,
Troy, give it a pop.
that's what this is.
I feel like we haven't had a bottle pop up here in a while. I just forgot the last time that we did.
It's been quite a while.
It's really tight.
That's an explosion.
It's really tight.
Matt, it looks like you obviously tried this, huh?
I did. Yeah, when I first got it, I really wanted to try it. So, yeah, they have a whole story on the website. You can go check it out. But yeah, I don't want to read the whole thing, but it's interesting.
Thank you, Mr. Body.
Sir?
Thank you. But yeah, they said they'll only, and I mean it makes sense, but they'll literally only bottle things from distilleries they personally visited, which kind of makes logical sense, but whatever.
May I, Troy?
Yes.
So we're in the land of single malts.
Smells like everything I love.
I don't get a ton of like when I think American single malt, some other things like chocolate. I don't get a ton of that.
That's the first thing I got.
Really?
It was chocolate, barley. I can't believe how non-hot it smells for being 104.
55%?
Yeah, that's 52.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I get more like apple and not quite stone fruit, but like a mossy rock. I don't know. Oh, it's good.
It smells like dark chocolate, sherry love, with a little bit of maybe like a dark chocolate apple dipped in cherry sauce.
Yeah. It's a lot scotchier than I would think.
I was thinking the same thing when I tasted it.
Yeah.
Mid palate was scotchy, but it didn't finish with like that scotchy like sewer thing that I always get.
There's a little bit of funk, but I get what you're saying totally. Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy the finish. Thoroughly.
It's fairly short and a little on the drier side. But it's nice. It's
The
really
finish
nice.
is not. This is not going to make sense. And the mid palate is very scotchy and barley forward. Obviously, but the finish to me reminds me of like an MTC oil collagen powder butter coffee that you shake, and that you put like cinnamon and nutmeg on the top of the foam.
Don't think I have a reference for that. It is surprisingly more like, overall scotchier than I would thought.
Big fan, huge.
What I would like to do
I'm happy with who they voted
is
for.
get their. I would like to do is get a few of theirs. Like get their collection.
What other
everything.
distilleries do they mix? Do they
That's-
do Westland?
They've done. Yeah, they have a Westland pick. So I say pick, independent bottling. But I'm just gonna say it. So they have. Yeah, they've done everything. Starlight, Dad's Hat, Westland, Westward, St. George. Like I said, I mean they've done a ton. So they've been doing it. Like I said, about 2 years now. They have 2021 picks or bottles and 2022 bottles now. But
Charlie Davis, if you're listening and you want to splurge, this is the next step for you, bud. This is a mix of all the things you like. This is really good. The nose is so inviting. Doesn't smell hot or ethanol-y at all. Sweet and chocolatey. You get it in there. The first initial of being over the 100 proof hits you like almost immediately, but it dissipates so quickly, and it's kind of masked by that scotchy barley mid palate that dissipates into this sweet, sugary, coffee chocolate finish.
it reminds you a lot of like a maple candy, like Canadian maple candy.
Yeah, I
Kind of like one of those.
Yep.
Yeah. Troy.
Kind of makes me wonder if any of these barrels are peated.
I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah, that's a little bit
Would be
light.
the first peated whiskey I've ever liked.
I don't know if it's peat or if it is just the barley, but
Yeah, I don't either. But
I don't get any smoke though. Do you?
it's not smoke as much as it is that when you're saying that like sewer smell or taste.
yeah.
It's that
I get
like
that with unpeated scotch though.
no, but I mean, it is that kind of like that's what I'm thinking. I'm getting more.
Yeah.
Of. It's more of that like just I don't know what old leather like that shoe kind of like.
Yeah, I usually only get that from like the terroir in the sense of place though,
Mhm.
which is really interesting. That I'm definitely getting it here, unquestionably.
Yeah.
Makes me really think that like there's actual scotch in it, but there's definitely not.
It's American single malt. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's well balanced and very delicious.
I don't know much about the other three. So obviously we know Balcones Westward. which we actually have a bottle over there we haven't tried yet.
Yeah.
Someday, and then we know Virginia Distilling Company, but I haven't.
Virginia Distilling, I can't even speak. Virginia Distilling Company actually bottles this for them too.
Makes sense.
Yeah, according to the back of the bottle.
Yeah, but I don't know 888, Santa Fe Spirits, or Copperworks all that well. So
Yeah,
and it doesn't say how much of each blend is
correct
either, but
They do
like
not.
nothing. There's nothing Scotch on here.
no.
I very much enjoy it. I want to keep some in the glass because I want to go back to it, but that's going to be hard unless we drink or move on. Sorry.
Troy's pouring crackers. Hold on.
Thanks.
Cracker
I
pour.
just needed to prepare.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys like it. What would you?
It's a drinker to me. Not really much to think about. I mean, the wonder is there, like, but it's a great blend. They did a great job with it.
Being one of their first blends too.
I mean, they're all home run hitters though on here. Like, there's nothing bad on here.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder how
Like
difficult.
Virginia Distilling Co. and Balcones fucking hit grand slams every time.
I
they've
wonder
been
if I
on
just
the
put those in. They're
podcast.
like, we should put some other stuff in here too.
I've had a Copperworks pour too that I actually thoroughly enjoyed as well, out in Colorado. Very much like that. I've never actually heard of 888.
Yeah.
Westward I've never tried, but I've heard great things about.
I'll tell you that I discovered that Westward is the whiskey that I knew.
Listen to this
Oh,
one.
really?
This one. You remember how he always told us he used to have drinks with the guy with at Westland?
Yeah.
It's Westward.
That makes a lot of sense.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when I saw the bottles, I was like, oh fuck.
That bottle right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
That's the Pinot Noir one.
Oh yeah.
That's the one that I think is one of the higher rated ones. But I'm
Yeah.
excited to try that. I've not. I just got that.
Yeah.
So.
And I
Where'd you get
definitely haven't had them since I was like, that was in 5 years ago.
Michigan?
No, I got a couple weeks ago. I might have got it at Benny's, honestly. It's one of those, like, I haven't heard a lot of good things. I haven't heard great things about.
I can't find fucking single malts when I go to Total Wine and Benny's like you do.
There's a different section for them. That's why.
Where?
They're in the scotches.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be a jerk, but yeah. I don't know.
Jake?
Yeah. All right. So, rating. You said drinker.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Troy.
You go.
I'm going to say thinker drinker. Thinker drinker.
Drinker thinker.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very palatable.
Did you memorize your Joker pun?
Oh, it's really long. So,
Prepare yourself, world.
going to get good right after this cracker break.
Cracker break.
And welcome back from cracker break.
Welcome back from Quacker
Welcome back from cracker break.
Welcome back from Quacker Break.
Quacker boy.
Crackers everywhere. Oh my god. Those crackers in the sky. It's like Cracknado. Wait, that'd be a different thing. All right, anyway. All right, I have a joke. And this is the old school. It's long. I apologize ahead of time. I'm gonna do it justice. I'm gonna try to do it justice. It's a blonde joke. Bringing it back. Anthony. Are you ready? You're gonna like it. And maybe you won't. I don't care. An old blind cowboy wanders into an all-girl biker's bar.
A blonde cowboy or a blind?
An old blind cowboy wanders into an all-girl biker bar by mistake. He finds his way to the bar stool and orders a shot of Jack Daniels, as cowboys do, apparently. After sitting there for a while, he yells to the bartender, "Hey, you want to hear a blonde joke?" The bar immediately falls absolutely silent. In a very deep, husky voice, the woman next to him says, "Before you tell that joke, cowboy, I think it's only fair, given that you are blind, that you should know 5 things." The bartender is a blonde girl with a baseball bat. The bouncer is a blonde girl with a billy club. I'm a 6 foot tall, 175 pound blonde woman with a black belt in karate. The woman sitting next to me is a blonde and a professional weightlifter. The lady to your right is blonde and a professional wrestler. Now think about it seriously, cowboy. Do you still want to tell that blonde joke? The blind cowboy thinks for a second, shakes his head and mutters, "No, not if I'm going to have to explain it 5 times.
fucked up.
That it is.
Oh man,
There you
that
go.
was good. That was good. That was good. Sorry to all of our blonde listeners. Matt will explain it again. Matt, explain it. No, just. Oh no, it's fucked.
There you go. I had to bring it back. I haven't heard a good blonde joke in a while. Sorry to everybody out there, but
It's because it's sexist, Matt.
I know.
You're
But
filled with sexism.
we could replace that with other people. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's a joke.
Sexitism. Is that the word I used the other day?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Sexitizing.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
sexitizing women.
I'm thinking of I just thought my thing of Captain Crunch. Sexitize me, Captain.
What?
It's Crunchitize me, Captain. You know the
Oh,
Captain.
God. I pour the
Crunch?
whiskey. What are we doing?
All right.
Yeah.
Troy, if you would be so kind to hold that bottle.
Holding that
All right.
that bottle.
So, Found North
This one?
is the name of this bottle. Yep. The cool one with a topographic map on the bottle. Kind of neat. Can you do it? All right.
I was showing.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get it around the thing. So Found North is actually kind of a similar situation to Lost Lantern. So they essentially source and blend, but most of it is all from Canada.
Just figured out why it's this color.
So Canadian whiskey, obviously not as popular. You can get really old Canadian whiskey. It's probably not that as expensive. And so they found a bunch of it, and no one really wanted it. So they blended it into better stuff.
It's matured in Hungarian oak.
Yes. So they did 2 batches, and their second batch did really, really well, and so they kept on going. So this is batch 4 we're going to try. It is actually built around a 21-year-old corn whiskey. And then it's got some 25-year corn whiskey in it as well, aged in Hungarian oak. And we'll see if it's any good. When you
Where'd
see
you find this one?
on their website. There you go. The internet. It's a great place. Yeah. So we'll see if this is any good. I'm always skeptical when it comes to Canadian whiskey because I think it has a certain flavor profile that I don't really care for. It's just like a fake vanilla. Typically, I get out of it. But we'll open it up and see if it's any good.
Yeah, that pop sounded Canadian.
Yeah. But they also started this brand during a global pandemic. Go figure. It's like everyone was bored and didn't know what to do, so they started a whiskey company. And this is 2 brothers who wanted to bring Canadian whiskey to America. And
I've heard that story before.
mhm.
Canadian fans, listeners in Canada, not all your whiskey's bad.
This did win. I don't know to what award. Oh, here we go. Best Canadian whiskey. This is batch number 4.
You
The
tried
best.
this. You tried this already.
Yeah. And then it was awarded double gold at the John Barleycorn Awards. I don't know what the John Barleycorn Awards are, but there you go.
It smells hot and like
It
like
is
a senior
cask strength.
center.
That's pretty funny. Their bottle is super. I like their bottle a lot, though. For what it's worth, the topographic map as like a inlay on the or a whatever on the bottle. Is cool.
This is terrible because it doesn't smell terrible, but I'm gonna say that it smells like a cat peed in an old diaper that's stale, that's just been sitting in the trash for a few days.
All right.
But that's just the heat and the age. That's like, I'm gonna drink it because I love drinking old cat pee out of diapers.
It's my favorite pastime, personally.
Troy, were you the blind guy in the bar who asked for a shot of Jack?
Yes.
Look at your shirt.
Yeah.
You'd be witty enough to have that response.
Yeah, I would.
There's some underlying, if you can get past the ethanol, there's some underlying sweetness there. It does smell kind of thin. There's just a lot of barrel though.
This is so the total. I'm trying to look up the mash bill here. So 80% corn, 19% rye, 1% malt. Interesting. There's 4 whiskeys. Yeah, aging 18 to 25 years.
Oh wow.
I don't think it smells quite as bad as
Oh, the taste is
that, but
it's great.
oh, it's a lot more. What is that? Is that a lemon vanilla Smartie?
Yeah,
it has that little chalkiness.
That cream
like
type of thing.
Mm.
Like when a Smartie melts.
Ooh, like a lemon curd. I just got a lemon curd.
Curd.
It is bright. I like the brightness.
It is bright. That's pretty typical of Canadian stuff too.
Yeah, usually like bright
and hot.
Fake vanilla.
I mean, there's definitely a vanilla brown sugar characteristic at the bottom.
I honestly don't think I've ever had anything aged in solely new, assuming it's solely new, Hungarian oak casks before.
That's essentially what makes it not bourbon.
Yeah.
At this point,
and it's not American.
Yeah, but like it's an American. Yeah. It's a bourbon mash bill.
I know the profile of Hungarian oak is a lot more subdued in general, but I've only generally had it in some expressions in wine and generally older barrels, so you don't really get the full effect of it.
Yeah. You can kind of tell the difference too. I mean, just like for something that's, look how thin that
18
looks.
to 25 years, and that for reference, that Lost Lantern.
Yeah, but that's also going to have to do with climate too.
That's 2 years. Right next to it, almost the same color.
Well, 2 years.
I know. Well, I mean, minimum. Yeah.
Do you know what part of Canada this is?
It's sourced from around, but I'm not sure where.
Because that makes me curious. But you got to figure if it's not British Columbia, it's fucking cold.
But yeah, so this is for reference. This is $145 for the bottle. There's 2,746 bottles total in the batch.
Bottled in New Hampshire.
Yep. So they are. So funny enough, I tried to look them up because I didn't realize they were in New Hampshire, and I wanted to go visit because I'm from New Hampshire.
There's a specific website specifically for batch 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure you saw that.
But they don't. It's not like it's just a bottling plant. They don't actually have it's not a real place or anything, unfortunately. But of Canadian whiskeys you've had, is this representative? Is it different? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it?
It's definitely better than Canadian whiskeys that I've had. I almost think it's too hot. I think that the heat kind of masks what it could be, type of thing.
Interesting.
But really isn't terrible whatsoever.
Kind of like it.
It's not like over impressive though. I will tell you the palate is totally different than what the nose gave me.
Oh yeah. It's vanilla lemon curd.
But like the finish is not like super impressive compared to some other stuff that I've had. But it's not a stinker. I think I'd probably just call it like just a thinker.
Going back to Lost Lantern, it is so much more chocolatey now. It's incredible. All the chocolate came out on me.
It's like dark chocolate syrup.
Yeah.
It's like Hershey's dark
That's
chocolate.
actually kind of incredible. Because I wasn't getting that much chocolate before.
Initially, I was wondering why you didn't, because that's like the first thing I got.
Dramatically
this smells like Hershey's dark chocolate syrup.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of crazy. Because it is like kind of like almost like, this is not to sound bad, but it's almost like that Hershey syrup, but you get the bottle too, like a little bit of plasticky, in that, that's the funk.
You ever been to Hershey Park?
Mm-hmm. I think there's some peat in that bitch.
It very well could be. It could be. They do some peated releases, so I mean,
what do you mean peat? Did they just like chop peat up and throw them in the fucking fermentation?
Yeah, hey, fuck Pete, you got a clock into work today.
Toes are in there.
Throw you in the barrel.
Hey Pete, were you fucking late today, huh? What did I tell you about being fucking late, Pete? Come on, another finger in the barrel. Come on.
Lost Lantern moves to New Jersey. They start just murdering people. The mob hires them to put people in barrels.
Oh, there's plenty of fucking Goombas that moved down to Virginia. Trust me, I know some of them.
Yeah, but yeah, I wasn't in love with it the first time I opened it. I had to have a little sample when I first got it because I had to try it. I like it more than the first time I had it, for sure. I would say it's a strong like, but not a love for me.
Yeah. Very interesting bottle. Very interesting concept overall. Not bad. As a collector, I would have it, but not something I'd...
I honestly just like the bottle. I thought the bottle was cool.
I'd probably never open it again now that I've tried it.
I get a lot more... I mean, the lemon keeps on coming back to me. Troy.
Sorry, not yet, Troy. What do you classify it as?
Oh, sorry. You were totally right. Mm-hmm. I am going... Is it really a thinker?
It's very hard. It's very hard to categorize.
Is it really a thinker? I don't know if it is.
You're thinking about it.
I know. I really like the lemon. I like the vanilla cream. but I don't think I get like, I don't think it evolves. I don't think I'm getting much more than that. So I'm actually going to go drinker. It's a hot drinker, but it's a drinker.
I don't think it's enough of a drinker to call it a drinker.
Agreed.
And I don't think it's a stinker. At which point, I need to call it maybe a light thinker, like not an overly critical thinker.
A pensiver, just pensive.
Yeah.
My defense, the only reason why I called it a thinker is because it's not a drinker and it's not a stinker.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the palate was different than the nose, so there's that. But
I
like a light drinker. It's a light drinker.
Yeah, it's not
which no one in Canada is. But.
No.
Well, light whiskey. So.
No, it's not the most extraordinary thinker I've ever had for sure, but
yeah,
just
But it's not drinkerable enough. You're saying?
Yes,
to be a drinker. Okay,
that's correct.
Cool. So we're going thinker on that then. It's not a bad
thinker
thing.
is
It's just not going in. It didn't pass the table of judgment.
I know what you mean,
It's
but like
not
you
going
make it
in the
sound like
affinity
thinker's
drinker.
bad. Thinker's great.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's just
I'm never gonna open it again.
Yeah, right.
Literally,
That's what-
we should just go dump it down the drain
I will
and
kill
get
you
a
right
candle
now.
made out
So
of
here's
the
the question, and because these are regular, like
You
relatively.
will kill me.
I wouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
I would scold you with my wiener. So those are over $100 bottles, which is you're paying not craft tax, but you're paying the sourcing tax, right? Kind of because I'm sure they had to pay a lot of money to get the barrels and stuff. Do you think those are worth that price?
What was the price on it?
It's $120 for the Lost Lantern, $145 for the.
This is not a $145 whiskey.
I agree.
65 at most.
You're
paying for the age.
It's unfortunate.
The Lost Lantern I get. There's probably a lot of cost that went into them doing what they did. But
Same with importing 18 to 25-year-old whiskey.
For being $50 cheaper than this Found North, like
25.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Still.
Unless it's got, a story that I just really resonate with and, I don't know, was told to me by the master distiller.
Right. It's like two brothers going to find some whiskeys they can resell in America. Like,
Right.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. Sorry if it's more complicated than that. I apologize. But
I'm sure
that's kind of what it is. I mean, relatively. So, I would say if it was, I'd pay like $80, $90 and be like, okay, I buy, that's a splurge, but that's, it's good. But yeah, $145 is, I don't think, if you're going to look for something unique to buy, I would say try it, but don't buy it, personally.
Adios, amigos.
Yeah. Lost Lantern, still tough at $120 for me, personally. But there is something there, and I like all the distillers that are in the bottle. I don't think it tastes $120.
I think that's why it makes, probably not, probably more along the lines of, like $60 or $70.
Yeah, so it tastes like a $70, $80 scotch.
But I the process of it, and then all the respected distilleries on here that I love, I think that makes it kind of worth the price tag. But,
I'd
only buy it once. Let's put it that way.
Right. I would not buy. It does not. It's like, oh my god, I have to go buy every version of this. But I'll try some more of the stuff, some of their single barrel stuff, whatever. So, yeah, cool.
Cracker break.
Cracker break.
Quacker.
Cracker break.
This Quacker Break is brought to you by Ronald Reagan. He was the president.
Or was he?
Or was he? Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan was a bear. Ronald Reagan had no hair. Was he Ronald Reagan? Was he really a president? All right.
What just happened there? What?
You don't need to know. If you have to, what is it? If you have to ask,
You don't need to
you
know.
don't need to know. Whatever. So we went to independent bottler, single malt. Then we went to independent bottler, essentially sourced, with a little bit of weirdness to it. And now we're into even a little bit weirder land of 100% sweet corn whiskey. So I've never tried 100% sweet corn whiskey before. I don't know if anyone else has.
What's the difference between...
It's like
Sweet corn.
like sweet corn, like corn off the cob, like corn on the cob, like what you would eat.
Oh, that...
Rather than like, rather than
feed
feed corn or whatever,
Corn
grain
syrup
corn, whatever that you use
Not
for.
the corn that's in my backyard.
Right. This is like...
What's the corn in your backyard?
That's the
Feed
stuff
corn?
that like goes into your bread. Your cornbread.
cornbread.
No, it's like it makes corn syrup and shit. It's processed corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is sweet corn. This is the way you'd eat corn on the cob. Like this is when you're thinking corn on the cob. This is it. Apparently it's more expensive to manufacture because the corn is more expensive.
It's more expensive to make edible corn than it is to not make edible corn.
That is very true.
Isn't that funny? I have a feeling it's going to suck.
It's going to be, like I said, we'll see where this takes us, but I figured it'd be a nice sweet treat at the end. But it's actually from here in Indiana, I believe Newton, Indiana, and they actually surprisingly get a lot of good reviews. It's still a craft distillery. I think this guy's grandfather started it, passed it down. And they've been winning some good local awards, and single barrels are doing pretty well. But it's a very expensive bottle, unjustifiably so. I paid $175 for it.
Oh my god!
Absolutely not worth it.
Oh my god!
How do you know?
I don't know. I just don't think
it can't be fucking worth it.
It's a unique.
I mean, I agree.
And,
but
every single fucking time that I say that this is gonna suck, it's really good. So I'm hoping for that. But whatever it is. It could be the best whiskey we've ever drank in this podcast. It's not worth $175 for it being one grain made in Newton, Indiana.
It's a nice label.
I love the bottle. I really do. It's
transparent. I was literally just saying from the side, I was like, this looks like a really shitty bottle.
No, really? I really like it.
I think it looks very nice.
Yeah.
I think it's classy.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a fan. I mean, they could have did something more original. It's just like 2 fucking ears of corn and
sweet corn, baby.
It's simple.
Show the viewers at home.
Can I do the pop?
If you really want to.
Can you show the viewers at home the bottle because it's so cool? Maybe I'll put an image on your screen as well.
I love that. I love that. I just want to do it again.
Thick but quick. You know?
But was that quick?
Well, he was milking it. You know what I mean? Got him.
Hope it doesn't taste like this cork smells.
I think it's going to taste like popcorn. I mean, most people say this is like buttered popcorn. I mean, that's like what this is. Like, this is not going to be bourbon, really.
Don't worry about the table, Troy. I got to sell it next week anyway.
This is also a fresh crack. The other ones I did open, so this is a fresh crack. Keep that in mind.
Fresh quack?
A fresh quackleboig. I don't know. There's stats in the back. I think whatever it says, batch or whatever, bottle, whatever. But
yeah, so batch. Whoever wrote this does not have legible handwriting, but 18. There's a number there, and then it says 5. So probably 18. It looks like a backwards, upside down K. I'm gonna say 1845, maybe. Who knows? Bottle number 107. Bottled by AF Aretha Franklin. In 2016, it was barreled, bottled in 2020.
So it's 4 years old. 100% sweet corn. The distillery, if we didn't say it,
50% alcohol.
Old 55 is the name of the distillery. I don't think we actually said that. Yeah. So I'm expecting this to be super weird and just kind of a interesting ending to our episode here. But we might hate it. I mean, we'll see.
It smells like gasoline.
I mean, yeah. It's going to smell like corn, man. I mean,
Dude,
corn.
Smell it.
Yeah.
It smells like you got gasoline on your fingers, Matt.
I mean, it really does.
You paid $175 for gas. What else is new? This is America.
Right. With gas prices, it was cheaper to buy this bottle of corn whiskey than it was to fill up a tank.
It's opening up a little bit.
Yeah. It's gonna need some time. Yeah, it's one of those things where I've wanted to buy it for a long time just to see how it is. People rave about it. And
how old did it? You said 4 years?
Yeah, 4 year. 100% sweet corn whiskey.
And it's darker than the 18-year whiskey we drank.
Yeah, kind of funny. But like we tried like mellow corn recently, which is 100% corn, obviously different kind of corn. Yeah, there you go. It's not going to be.
I don't even want to drink it now, Troy.
I just couldn't wait any longer.
I'm not expecting. This is more of a. I just have to know. Wow. Yeah, I have to know.
$175 down the drain.
Yeah, MSRP is like $145.
All right,
but,
I haven't even drank it. This is a stinker. No, hold on.
All right. It's really weird. It's actually not as bad as I was thinking, but it's friggin' weird. It's like candied popcorn. Like kettle corn?
You'd get at a carnival
like
that like a
kettle
13-year-old working the carnival stand made you?
Yeah.
Wrong.
It is like you took kettle corn, mashed up in vodka.
And then you made like funnel cake out of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like whiskey at all.
It doesn't taste like whiskey.
Kind of reminds me of like the Hard Truth peanut butter whiskey.
It tastes flavored. It tastes buttered.
Yeah.
This. I knew I wasn't gonna like it going into it, but I had to know. I had to try it.
I'm glad.
I had to spend $175
I had to do it
on something
because I wanted to experience this.
I knew would be bad.
Hey man, when you're a collector, you gotta collect. That's all I'm gonna say.
Amen.
This is like you wanted I didn't want a Garchomp Pokemon card, but like I found a foil one. I had to know, you know.
It's kind of growing on me.
I don't know. Really? I don't know how to describe it.
It just does. No. Now it smells like paint.
It tastes like corn,
The nose is so fucking
paint.
bad.
corn
paint.
paint. It might be paint.
It's accurate.
Right? Paint?
Yeah. It tastes better than it smells, but it doesn't even taste good
Oh
or
my
bad.
God. Yeah, it's just
I
getting
disagree.
worse.
Stop drinking.
It's getting worse.
Stop smelling it. You got to drink it.
I disagree.
It kind of tastes like you just painted something, and then your hands are covered in paint. You went to brush your teeth. And some of the paint dripped on your toothbrush.
That's 100% the worst whiskey I've ever drank.
I'm not convinced it's whiskey.
It's different.
It's paint. It's corn paint. Did you buy this at fucking Home Depot?
More like corn taint.
Oh man.
I just wanted to try
You got a
this.
fucking cracker over there, Troy? Can I borrow a cracker? This is ridiculous.
If you want a sample of this, let me know. It is indescribable. I mean,
I think I just described it pretty fucking
paint is
well.
actually the best description I could think of.
Yeah,
paint is a really good
If you took
description.
paint and you put an ear of corn in your asshole and drip the paint down your
It's not
ass
that
over
bad.
the corn into the bottle.
Oh my god. You know what? We're gonna revisit this in like a year.
My glass is over there. I'm done.
This would,
I'm going back to the Lost Lantern.
if I could use the word taint again, this would taint the Infinite Drinker.
Oh no, it would ruin
It would
it.
ruin everything.
But you know,
if we were to
okay,
actually pour
I
it
will
in.
issue this challenge, if I may. Can we find a cocktail this is good in? Can one of you
No.
make a cocktail that is make this good?
I'd rather not disgrace my name.
You cannot think of a cocktail this can work in.
Matt, if you leave it
I
here,
don't.
maybe
It's
I
not
will.
that I don't
No,
think.
because you'll dump it out.
I won't dump your $175 hot garbage out. I'm not gonna fucking ruin my goddamn garbage disposal.
Could
with
you
your
think of a
whiskey.
cocktail that this could work in?
I don't want to, even if I could.
All right.
Maybe I could, but I don't want to find.
It
out.
is that bad where Troy says no.
Yeah, I'm.
All right.
It's not.
I have found the breaking point of Troy. It is 100% sweet
Well,
corn
if I don't
whiskey.
believe in it,
Okay, that's fair.
that's my breaking point.
Okay.
And not that I don't respect whatever it is that's happening. I wonder if they sit and drink, decent whiskey every day, and then they open up their own shit, and
They're like,
and they also
wow.
think, well, we did a killer job.
Yeah, wow.
I'm sorry if anyone at Old 55 is listening to this.
Yeah, me too. And it's like I know there's craft that's and blood, sweat, and tears
Alcona's
put
got
into it.
nothing on us up here in Newton, Indiana. Sweet
Oh,
corn.
we need to stop.
I got an idea. We'll take some sweet corn and make some liquor.
I think this episode has been called the worst whiskey we've ever had.
Liquor. Barely know her.
Troy's losing it.
I
Is
really
it
am, dude.
is it whiskey or is it paint? Painting by whiskey numbers.
It's fucking garbage.
I'm gonna go in for again. It is like you charred some corn, put it on toast, burnt the shit out of the toast, and then decided, I don't know what to do with this. You threw it at a wall and realized you just painted your wall.
Dude.
And then you're like, fuck, it's stuck in the wall.
When they no longer can sell this, they're gonna sell it all to Home Depot, put it in paint cans, and call it the bottled and bond color. It's fucking
That's
terrible.
pretty accurate. Uses water to, yeah. Could it, man,
Well, this Lost Lantern stuff stole the show.
so good.
As Single Malt usually does on here.
Yeah. Lost Lantern, really, really good. Found North, good for, I think really good for Canadian whiskey. Price a little high. And then Old 55, because I went in order of price, but like, it's undescribable not worth the money.
This
How
is
much-
not even worth $25.
I actually think this is going to sound really mean, but I don't mean this, but I kind of do. I like, the bottle probably costs more than I pay for the whiskey. Like just the glass on the bottle. Yeah. That's unfortunate. But now I know.
What does their other whiskey cost?
Between 60 and 80-ish. But they do single barrel. Some are like 90, but...
All made from sweet corn?
No. This is their sweet corn
Okay.
thing.
All right. Well, I'd love to try some of their other stuff.
They have other stuff. I have a single barrel and think it was pretty bad, quite frankly. Which is why I had hope. Because this is actually his surprise. It's a small category.
Flagship? This is flagship?
This is their like specialty. Yeah, they win awards with this, quite frankly.
They win awards with this?
They've won awards with this, yeah.
You know what's funny? The thing about whiskey awards...
Well, they're all made up.
They are.
Yeah. But this is a category. Like, what other 100% sweet corn whiskey is going to be in a category against this, right? I mean, like, I can't imagine the category is very big, so.
That's probably why they put they pay for their bottle to be entered into it because there's no one else can be, and then they win the award.
Yep.
They can say, oh, it's award-winning distilling. Come down here and
I'm
get
not
your fucking
saying-
corn whiskey.
I'm not saying that's what happened, but.
That's exactly what happened.
Not saying that's what happened.
I'm not saying that. Well, not to harp on them too much.
Guys.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Guys, if someone pays you $25 to take a sip of this, don't do it.
Someone pay,
I think
you can pay me $25 to take a sip of this.
Yeah.
Any
Why?
day.
Definitely do it.
Well, you're trying to get your money back, Matt.
It's a story.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. That's what happened. These are the 3 pours. You're welcome.
Awesome. Well, episode 50
Thank you.
is coming
You're
up.
very welcome.
Thank you for bringing them.
I didn't think
you for
about how
sharing.
much I spent on these until we talked about the price points, and I said, I might have a problem. Continue.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to move into a new chapter of the podcast. The Big 5-0. Coming of age. Midlife crisis. First and foremost, thank you for everyone who's listened to every single one of those episodes. We really appreciate you guys. It's been fun. Like we've mentioned, summer has caught up with us. We all have lives and day jobs, and even Troy is going to get to go on a vacation soon.
Wow. Where are you going?
Even me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I was gonna.
I'm going home.
I'm going home. You feel good?
Yeah. But I'm also like purposely not planning pretty much anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
But beach, New York, Philly are things that are going to happen.
Let the vacation take you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Maybe even some. Actually, I think I might go camping one night
Oh,
on
nice.
my way.
Sure.
By yourself?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Got a bottle of wine hanging out under the stars.
Actually, it'll probably be bourbon.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a
You're
sleep.
you're a camping whiskey kind of guy. You're not a campy wine.
Not generally. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Wine's more indoors. Well,
Troy, do you like whiskey more than wine?
No.
Okay. Also,
I think I drink more whiskey.
Well,
than wine,
because you
though.
do this, probably. Yeah.
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 And I think higher quality wine for like, especially to someone like me, unfortunately, is harder to come by, especially around Indiana. So
I've just always found if I'm eating, I'm not one to, I don't really drink while I eat. I'm pretty much always have water. I don't know why. But I'm way more apt to drink wine while I'm eating than whiskey.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. Same. 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
all right, on that note, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, share, all the norms. If not, like I said, if you don't leave us a 5-star review, we'll kill your family. We love you all.
No, if we don't give us a 5-star review, we're gonna send you a sample of this.
Yes, literally, we're gonna
make you drink.
I'm gonna waterboard you with Old 55 sweet corn whiskey from Newton, Indiana.
Oh boy,
Matt.
they're gonna message us. Yes.
Lead us out.
Yodeling.